Two elite snipers receive identical missions, guarding opposite sides of a remote, top-secret gorge for 1 year, not knowing they are protecting the gate to hell. Everything changes when she breaks protocol. Levi Kane, a former U.S. Marine Scout sniper, is recruited by Bartholomew, a mysterious figure who presents herself as a high-ranking government official. She offers him a top-secret, year-long assignment to guard the western rim of a remote gorge. Levi is chosen for his exceptional skills and lack of personal ties. On the other hand, Drasa has someone to miss, her terminally ill father, Erika's. Before leaving for the assignment, she visits him at his countryside home. Erika's, a retired military officer, senses that she may not return and warns her that some battles are not worth fighting. Though she doesn't share details of her mission, she promises to come back. He simply nods, knowing she may not be able to keep that promise. Upon arrival at the undisclosed location, Levi meets JD, a former British Royal Marine corporal and the current guard of the West Tower. JD briefs Levi on the mission, explaining that the gorge is concealed by powerful cloaking antennas, and that the towers are equipped to contain monstrous entities known as the Hollow Men. He warns Levi about an emergency protocol called Stray Dog, and mentions that battalions of soldiers sent into the gorge in the late 1940s never returned. Believing he is being exfiltrated, JD is instead killed on Bartholomew's orders. This action underscores Dark Lake's ruthless measures to ensure the site's secrecy, eliminating operatives to prevent any potential leaks of classified information. Levi then assumes his post, beginning his year-long mission to guard the west tower of the gorge. After months of isolation, Drasa breaks protocol on her birthday by communicating with Levi through written signs and engaging in a sharpshooting contest. Their bond strengthens as they fend off an assault by the Hollow Men, using their marksmanship, automated turrets, and mines. Help them eliminate those things by pressing the subscribe button. Yeah, like that. You're a good boy. They continue to connect by playing chess and creating improvised drum sets. 6 months into their assignment, Levi ziplines across the gorge to share a meal with Drasa. They spend a romantic evening together, during which Levi reveals he's composing a poem for her. Morning arrives and Levi sets off, gliding along a rope back to his tower. But just as he's mid-air, the Hollow Men attack, setting off a mine explosion that snaps the rope. Levi plummets, but pulls his parachute just in time. Drasa grabs her weapons and jumps after him, landing in a river. Meanwhile, Levi dangles unconscious from a tree, unaware of a monster creeping toward him. He wakes up just in time, fires his gun, and crashes to the ground, right into the mouth of another beast. Just as it's about to swallow him, Drasa arrives and blasts it away. They move toward the wall, hoping to recover the lost rope, but eerie screeches fill the air. 2 Hollow Men, riding twisted, tree-like horses, charge at them with swords. The fight is brutal. One rider leaps at Drasa, but she stabs him in the neck and finishes him with a bullet to the face. The other uses a whip to steal Levi's gun, but Levi pulls another and shoots them both down. After the fight, they check Drasa's bag. Bad news. The auto-ascender is gone, washed away by the river. With no way to climb the cliffs, they're stuck. She suggests following the river, hoping it leads somewhere. As they walk, they find an old military uniform on one of the fallen Hollow Men. These creatures were once soldiers, the Lost Horseback battalions. Further ahead, they stumble upon a ruined town. Skeletons litter the streets, and eerie screeches grow louder. Seeking shelter, they duck into a church, only to find skeletons still sitting in the pews. Levi catches the scent of cyanide. The townsfolk had chosen death over whatever horror lurked outside. Before they can process it, giant spiders attack. Bullets fly. Levi guns down 2 while Drasa struggles to reload. As they fight, Hollow Men burst in, turning the battle into complete chaos. Drasa smashes a Hollow Man's head against a table, distracting the spiders. Levi grapples with his own attackers before finally blasting them away. In a desperate move, Drasa fires a grenade, blowing open a wall. They escape into the forest. They find an old door leading into an abandoned military lab. Inside, they uncover footage from 1946. A scientist explaining that a biochemical missile accident mutated the local wildlife, and eventually, the people. Worse, the lab was later taken over by Dark Lake, a secret paramilitary group experimenting on the creatures. The towers weren't just guards, they were hiding the truth. Levi discovers the true meaning of stray dog protocol, a nuclear bomb set to go off if the contamination spreads. As they prepare to leave, Levi admits the mission was worth it because he met Drasa. They share a quiet moment before stepping outside. Then chaos. A hollow man's whip yanks Drasa into the trees. She fights back but gets slammed against a trunk, losing her knife. Levi tracks her to an old facility where she's tied up and tortured, but she doesn't wait for rescue. Using sheer grit, she breaks free, fights off her captor, and burns him alive. Levi arrives, finishing the job with a bullet. He recognizes the uniform. The man was once a guard at his own tower. Escaping through the ruins, they reach the original chemical spill site. The ground is covered in twitching, half-alive creatures. When Drasa steps on a root, the bodies lunge at her. Levi slashes through them, barely getting her free. Bigger monsters stir, so Drasa fires a grenade, setting the entire pit ablaze. They flee as the fire engulfs everything. Back in town, they repair a military jeep and drive for hours, eventually finding the broken rope. Levi secures it while Drasa fends off attacking hollow men. As they ascend, the creatures climb after them. The fight is brutal. Levi swings a stolen sword while Drasa wields an axe. When Levi is nearly thrown off, he slices the jeep's gas tank, tosses a flare, and ignites a massive explosion, wiping out the attackers. Though Levi breaks his leg, they reach the top. To finish the job, they cut the rope, sending the burning jeep crashing down on the remaining hollow men. Back at Drasa's tower, they patch each other up and agree to quarantine for 5 days, just in case. They make a plan to destroy the Gorge and escape together. Before parting, Levi confesses his love, and Drasa, in her own way, writes it back. But the next day, Levi's usual radio contact is gone. Bartholomew, suspicious of the lab's activation, gives him a chilling order: eliminate the soldier in the other tower. Levi plays along, pretending to accept the mission. What he doesn't know is that the lab's camera was still running. Bartholomew has seen everything. As she sends a team into the Gorge, Levi and Drasa prepare for war. Right then, they spot a helicopter heading their way, so they take off running into the forest. When the soldiers reach the towers and find them empty, they send out drones, kicking off a chase. The drones open fire fast, so Levi and Drasa shoot back, taking them out one by one, even while picking up a few injuries along the way. Once they get to a higher spot, they settle into their sniper positions and take aim at the cloaking units. Thanks to the mines they set up earlier, it triggers a chain reaction, wiping out the entire area. Now that the Gorge is fully exposed, the stray dog protocol kicks in. Bartholomew and her team rush to the helicopter, trying to escape, while Levi and Drasa sprint for their lives. The nuke goes off, and the massive explosion brings the chopper down, killing everyone on board. Levi gets caught in the blast too, and is thrown off a cliff into a river. Drasa barely escapes and hides in a cave, waiting and hoping he made it. A month passes with no sign of Levi. Heartbroken, Drasa decides to leave alone. Later on in France, she's working as a waitress when she's stunned to see Levi sitting at one of the tables. He tells her it took time to recover, and they finally reunite with a kiss. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because you seriously don't want to miss what's coming next.